Hey, you mentioned Fox. You hear about Bill O'Reilly?
Bill O'Reilly.
Doing our news break here, I guess.
What is
And don't worry, we'll talk about the Islanders in a second. I showed Anthony the fucking video. We'll get there in a second. Bill O'Reilly offers evidence that there is a God who put the moon there.
Bill O'Reilly offers us this?
Yeah.
Through what?
Huh?
Like, did someone tell him, or did he have a fucking revelation?
He's probably watched something on YouTube and he went, "Oh, that sounds like I can say that."
You're sort of a Fox guy. I got to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Why does Bill O'Reilly, who certainly has credibility, obviously with his audience and in general, why does he put up with Glenn Beck? I don't understand that at all, because Glenn Beck, it's safe to say, he's a lunatic and he's out of his fucking mind.
Yeah, it really is safe to say.
It is, right?
Yeah. I think it's that camaraderie, buddy. Look, we're kicking ass on every other news network.
But Bill
out
O'Reilly
there, so.
is the main guy over there. He doesn't need to deal with Glenn Beck. And I saw the other night that Glenn Beck was on a show, and I'm like, why don't you call this guy out for being a lunatic?
No, they don't want to do that. It's like they're fucking all. They're all on a winning fucking team.
I don't know, man. I think it's going to end very poorly for Glenn Beck. I hear his ratings are down, and a lot of people noticing that he seems like he's out of his fucking mind.
He is. He was off last night too, and they said he was feeling a little under the weather.
Really?
Yeah.
Someone I forgot who it was. One of the news channels making a network comparison with Glenn Beck at this point.
Really?
Yeah. Where you're watching a guy just unravel on TV.
I watched Glenn Beck like when he first came on, and it was like, all right, here's a guy, he's another conservative guy, whatever. I'll just listen to his fucking ramblings and shit. But as time's gone on, and he's pulling out his blackboards and he's talking about like history and then when he goes to break, he's very serious, and he just strolls around the stage as they show him before they go to break. He really looks like a man just coming apart at the seams.
I've never watched it. It's like I always see people that attack him, like for real, like Beck is evil. And I'm almost like, why do you watch him? Like, who cares?
Yeah.
I've heard he's crazy, but I've never watched his show. I don't know what he's like.
It's not, the point isn't that he's crazy. The point is he's getting crazy.
Yeah, he's getting crazy. We're watching it happen.
So you agree with this?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, wow. We agree on something.
Absolutely
as far as this news politics thing goes.
He's fucking out there.
Because I noticed a while ago, and now people are, in general, just like, what the fuck is going on with this guy?
Because even his sense of humor comes across as a crazy person trying to make a joke.
Right.
Like when Hannity throws something out there as a goofing on someone on the panel or something, it's funny. You know, he knows sarcasm. He knows how to make a joke. When Beck does it, he has this delivery like, aha, right. And you're watching TV going, this guy's going to come out of my television set.
Oh, boy. Fuck off, shit dick. Opie. Fuck off, Opie, shit dick. So, well, I guess you're a fan of Glenn Beck.
Oh, shit dick. No, it is Glenn Beck.
So where's the fuck off Anthony, too, because he agrees, asshole.
Fuck off me, too. Please, fuck off me, too. Fuck off me, too.
Don't you want to get a fuck off as well? It's fun. It's fun to get a fuck off. No, sorry, but your boy, I guess that's a fan of Glenn Beck, your boy is unraveling.
Really
and it's going to become more and more obvious in the coming weeks and months.
Yeah.
You heard it here almost first, because other people have started saying it, but we're on board with this. And I like the network comparison, because that would rule.
If he's just on the air.
If he's really unraveling, I'm going to watch him every night.
Well, that's just it. I tune him in every so often because he's crazy, and I want to see him be crazy. We always talked about, like, wouldn't you watch a show if somebody was just insane doing the show? And that, I think, is why people tune in to watch it.
You think?
Yeah. Well, who's tuning in to fucking Anderson Cooper unless he's getting beat up by Egyptians?
Yeah, that's great for Anderson Cooper, because I watched last night because, well, fuck, this is the guy that got beat up. I got to watch him now.
Now
Elliot Spitzer, go away, man. Holy shit.
You think the other news networks are going to try to start
getting
fights?
A kook?
Like get their guy in there to get beat up so they get ratings?
You know what it's all about? The other news networks, outlets, whatever, are jealous that, Anderson Cooper got beat up and everyone's talking about it.
Yeah.
Of course.
Mm-hmm. So you want your guy to be beat up. That's what you need.
Yeah. Bill O'Reilly talking about a god.
David, Beverly Hills, Florida. What do you mean when you refer to the tides? When you asked about the existence of God, science explains the tides, the moon's gravity pulls on the ocean. Okay, how'd the moon get there? How'd the moon get there? Look, you pinheads who attacked me for this, you guys are just desperate. How'd the moon get there? How'd the sun get there? How'd it get there? Can you explain that to me?
No.
How come we have that and Mars doesn't have it?
What?
Venus
They do
doesn't.
have it.
They do.
And they do have, a lot of the planets have moons, Bill.
Do you know what? It's because the proximity to the sun and atmosphere and things that happened on this planet, geological things that happened on the Earth millions and millions and millions and billions of years ago that just happened, and we ended up here. I don't think it's so much the end product where we're here and everything happened to bring us here. I think it's a coincidence that the chain of events of things that happened brought us to where we are now. I don't think it was a grand plan. I think it was just we happen to be the right distance from the sun. I mean,
we're in the Goldilocks zone.
Yeah, the Goldilocks zone. This might have happened in some other solar system somewhere else that we don't know about.
We don't know.
But for the most part, it's pretty rare, at least locally, as far as we can see, which
Not so
isn't that
much.
far at all. There's life like us. We can't really.
Well, yeah, but NASA just said yesterday that their Kepler telescope, which is like that planet finding telescope, they found like something like 50-something planets within that Goldilocks range.
Really, from the sun, and
where life could legitimately.
There has to be
There's
life
a-
elsewhere. There has to be.
I don't know how
It's
people.
stupid
I don't
not to think that.
Absolutely,
At this
I don't
point.
know how people think otherwise.
There
Like,
has
honestly,
to
I
be.
don't understand.
There has to be.
Religion has changed so much. They're trying because they're so embarrassed now at how it's almost like the fucking 9/11 conspiracy people. Now that they say yes, a plane did hit the Pentagon, but we think it was a different kind of plane. They had to.
Yeah.
These assholes. That's the same thing. After all being told time after time after time, religion is finally like, oh, maybe this does happen, but they're still trying to shoehorn their garbage.
Yeah.
How is the moon formed? I can't tell you exactly, but it's something to do with a collision, and then
Yeah.
it just stayed because our gravity keeps it here.
Right.
Probably a collision of some sort.
The gravity,
You assholes.
The gravity of every planet in our solar system keeps everything in balance and keeps everything moving around. The moon wasn't placed there by this giant hand of a bearded man in space, in heaven. It just happened to fall into that zone.
And then it smooths out because of the rotation.
And being pummeled over the years from fucking other things and solar winds and fucking. There's just a lot of shit that happened that made things the way they are.
And when you talk about God and he goes, how did the moon get there? How did the sun get there? Then you got to go, well, how did God get there?
Yeah.
Like, how did that...
Well, he just happened. Well, this shit just
But
happened.
how did God just happen? Like, we can't wrap our fucking brains
No.
around this shit.
Well, Bill O'Reilly can, and we're pinheads if we don't agree with him on this, I guess.
if everything has a beginning,
Yeah.
all right, then how did God happen?
Yeah. Where
And
did
what
that
was
happen?
what was before God? Well, God was before God. Well,
Nothing.
how did that happen?
Nothingness. I like the concept of nothing
So
because
there-
you can't even deal with it because it would have
It
to be
creeps
something.
me the fuck out.
Infinite nothing is what was supposedly here before things like the Big Bang, if you believe in that, or God, if you believe in that. But God always existed. But that whole thing of the universe, which is endless,
where it creeps me
being
out.
nothing. But what is that? It's you can't wrap your mind around it. Bill O'Reilly isn't going to fucking explain it.
But here's the thing: if they said this is God, okay, probably, maybe, possibly. Why would he stick the fucking moon there? What the fuck is he doing? It's a dumb, lumpy planet. And
It's a satellite. It's there to adjust our tides.
Really? So that's what God needs? He's like, well, I can't do this without following the laws of physics.
Yeah, couldn't God just have fucking made the tides happen without the moon?
Yeah, you got some nice tides. Why do we need tides? God doesn't give a fuck about tides. He's gonna put a shitty moon there that we can't even inhabit?
Why do we need the sun? Wouldn't it be more godlike if it was something that we couldn't even explain?
Yeah.
Like heat is coming from just nowhere, and it's godly.
And can I add to this too? Is God just a God for our little area?
Yeah.
Or is he the God for the whole universe?
Is he our
And if he is
landlord?
the God for the whole universe, then does that mean there's life elsewhere that he decided to create? Or did he decide to just create it in this one fucking
I
planet?
think it's just us. And,
You really do.
Oh yeah, and when you go like say 9 or 8 billion light years,
Which is nothing.
which is 6 trillion miles per light year.
Yeah.
And those multi-billion star universes, they mean nothing. They're just window dressing for us religious people. You're just assholes.
And we're just fucking pompous assholes
That's
as human
just-
beings.
Not
to
because
think,
you believe in God, because I kind of do and I want to. But if you really think that this shit pile is the fucking center of it all, and he stuck some guy with an ark, and he sent all the animals, and you believe that literally, you're a fucking asshole. You're dumb.
I love the idea that all the entire endless universe of stars and nebula and everything else is there so we can look up at night and go, ooh, pretty.
Yeah, that's really nice. And what do you mean, neutron star? Really, 1 tablespoon weighs as much as a mountain? Well, yeah, God did that for a reason. It has nothing to do with us. That's just for us to talk about someday.
Yeah, it's for us to chat.
That's what
chit-chat.
bothers me. It's how they stick their stupid faces in the sand in the faces of every other bit of evidence.
Science, though, like Danny was saying, science is put there to trick us, to test our faith. See?
It's just shit.
Science.
Haven't you
tests
ever
our
seen
faith.
Contact with Jodie Foster?
Exactly.
That was very good.
but see, that's closed-minded too, because can't God just be the ultimate scientist?
Of course.
So I hate when the God people
Wizard.
go against the science people. It's like, why can't you just go, well, God was the ultimate scientist?
Well, it's
and we're
hard-
just learning what he fucking knows and did.
Well, the same group
You
that
got to keep your mind open.
that dunked women to see if they were witches.
Right.
I mean, you really expect logic
What's
out of them?
that?
A few hundred. Those are galaxies.
Those are
What do you mean
galaxies.
galaxies?
That's a deep field shot from Hubble.
Right. That's
So
not just one
each-
area?
Well, it's one little piece of the sky.
One little piece, and those are
Those are not stars. They're
Those
galaxies.
are galaxies with billions of suns in them.
In each one.
In each one. Billions of suns.
Our stupid existence means nothing.
Nothing.
This is just a bunch of fucking horseshit.
We're hurtling through the cosmos. We're a piece of shit.
But our tiny little brain means nothing.
Nothing.
Our lives mean nothing.
Not a thing.
Maybe, let's just say he did take
If
7
we
days.
all killed ourselves today, it wouldn't mean anything in the
No,
end.
nothing.
Let's say God did take
Holy
7 days.
shit.
It's 7 days that he forgot about. It's like an art project you do when you're 6, and you forget about it. We're a lump of fucking clay. He's like, all right, let's see how this
Yeah,
goes,
yeah.
and he just moved on.
But then you have to go into the definition of a day.
What was a day back then?
What was a day back
Well,
then? Because he didn't invent anything yet.
well, it's got to be the one
Or create
rotation of the
anything, I should
planet,
say.
because that's how the Almighty would do it when
One
the planet
rotation
spins.
of our planet, by
Sure,
the way.
yeah, yeah.
Of Earth around the spinning around its
Not
axis.
Jupiter. Not Jupiter, which spins in 10 hours.
Jupiter is Satan's planet.
Yeah. No, it's hours. 20. What a coinkadink. We're
It
very
really
lucky.
is. A day for him before he even made Earth. And the sun.
Can we go back to O'Reilly? Let's start over.
Bill O'Reilly. Yeah, let's hear
this is-
O'Reilly.
This is O'Reilly. Now, the O'Reilly people are going to be mad at us.
cares?
The Glenn Beck people are mad at us. The point, and Ant made it very well, when Glenn Beck first started, okay.
Yeah.
But something's going on with Glenn Beck. That's all I'm saying.
Something's
Because these people
happening.
are coming out of the woodwork like, "Oh, honestly, the guy, a lot of the stuff he predicted is happening and all that. But I'm telling you, there's something going on with him. Look at his eyes.
Crazy. He's slowly
He's losing it. That's all I'm
unraveling.
saying. I don't know what he was like a year ago, 2 years ago.
He's unraveling a bit.
Here's Bill O'Reilly and the moon and God.
Bill O'Reilly.
Shit.
David, Beverly Hills, Florida. What do you mean when you refer to the tides? When you asked about the existence of God, science explains the tides, the moon's gravity pulls on the ocean. Okay, how'd the moon get there? How'd the moon get there? Look, you pinheads who attacked me for this, you guys are just desperate. How'd the moon get there? How'd the sun get there? How'd it get there?
Can you pause that real quick?
Answer him. Yeah.
Yes, as a result of what we think was the Big Bang, and how the same fucking kind of lineup in 5 billion other galaxies got there.
Yeah.
That's how it got here through the Big Bang and probably a collision of some sort. And
Cosmic
it's
debris.
cosmic debris.
Cosmic debris coming together based on mass, which is gravity, pulling other debris around it, and then as things start cooling, spinning, forms spheres, and those things start spinning And that's how things get there. And then other things hit other things, break off chunks that makes meteors and satellites around planets that are moons and things. What do you think? The sun comes from a chemical reaction. Hydrogen, helium, nuclear reactions. That's how it gets there. It's based on science. Bill, is that a pinhead? You dolt? Oh, a magic man put it there. A magical man.
Yeah, and he purposely made gravity because his snapping his fingers alone wasn't enough just to keep them there.
Keep us here,
so he had to
right.
make laws of physics.
Yeah, things that can be explained.
Just idiots.
That's a cool
Had
movie.
enough. I really had enough.
God, that's what the moon looks like?
No,
That's a moon of Saturn, I believe.
Oh, no kidding.
Moon,
Yeah, it's a big chunk got taken out
What?
by
Why
it.
did he
that
put?
crater.
Why did God
Looks
stick
like a
that
Death
hunk
Star.
of shit there?
Damn.
Wow, look at that.
Could somebody ask God what the fuck that's doing there?
That moon needs Accutane. Wow.
Or a bra.
Yeah, it's got a tit. It is a big tit.
That moon's been doing a little too much crystal meth.
Yeah.
It's got
Wow. Those moons get beat up back there.
Somebody
Really
explain.
Well, the rear of Army, we only see one side of it, but the other side
Yeah.
looks just like that.
Pretty
It
beat
gets
up.
beat the fuck up.
Yeah.
Well, there's a reason for people's benefit why God did that. Like the rings around Saturn. God did that so we could look at pretty rings.
Yeah, so we could look through a telescope someday and go like, wow, look at that. It's got rings around it.
And a meteor is going to hit the Earth eventually.
Probably,
So why
yeah.
isn't God protecting us
nice.
from that?
He
Why is he going
maybe
to
he
allow it
is.
to happen?
Yeah, that's the other
That's
side.
the
of
other
moon.
side.
What a wreck.
Wow, that side gets beat up a little more than the other
Yeah.
side.
The other side's got these nice fucking planes and everything. The good side.
I want to check out astronomy, but it just creeps me the fuck out.
Why?
Cool.
Just because how vast it is and
The
how
sea of
endless and
tranquility.
how you can't you can't wrap your fucking brain around it. Creeps me out. Always has.
Dark side of the moon is fucked up. It really is. It's
Yeah.
just a fucked up
Here,
place.
let's get through this clip.
We never see it, by the way.
How come we have that and Mars doesn't have it? Venus doesn't have it. How come? Why not? How'd it get here? How did that little amoeba get here? Crawl out there. How'd it do it?
Chemicals.
Come on. You have order in this universe. You have an order in the universe. Tide comes in, tide goes out. Okay, yeah, the moon does it. Fine. How'd the moon get there? How did it get there? Did it just happen?
6-year-old boy
Okay,
logic.
if we have existence, if we have life on Earth, how come they don't have it on the other planets?
Because
we don't. They don't have it on
we
the.
might. Other planets in our solar system, but you're talking
Yeah.
about a fucking speck. Not even a speck. Less than a speck. A nothing. Our whole fucking universe. Our galaxy, the Milky Way galaxy, is nothing. It is a speck of nothingness.
It's an irrelevant fucking dead-end street somewhere in the shitty part of the neighborhood. Nobody cares about the Milky Way.
And he's trying to make it seem like this is a special thing that God put in place, the Earth. Please.
Yes,
I'm embarrassed that when we were growing up, how many planets? 8, 9? I always forget. 9?
now there's 10.
Now there's 10 planets.
Yeah.
There you go.
They found another planet.
But remember, you would make the universe.
Yeah.
We-
The big yellow one's the sun.
right. That's all it was, remember?
Yeah.
When we were
That was
growing
it.
up. They had to adjust all that shit, finally.
No, it's God. God did it, and He wants us to listen to the.
Well, obviously, in our little area, the Earth is in the right location
the
as
right
far as the
place.
sun goes to fucking
Why?
support life.
Why is there life on the other planet?
Because they're a little too far or too close to the
it's
fucking
too cold
big yellow one.
or too hot.
Right.
And to think that life is just life as we know it is another dumb fucking short-sighted thing. Maybe life on another planet that's a lot larger, that has heavier gravity, that's further away from the sun, would have a life form that could take massive amounts of pressure on top of you, massive gravity. You're maybe you don't breathe. Maybe you live off an ammonia atmosphere that's absorbed through your skin through osmosis. It doesn't have to be, hey, how you doing? I'm on a planet too. Hi, everybody. It doesn't make sense.
Who explained if like aliens put a probe in the middle of the desert, they would go back to their planet or
yeah.
whatever and go, no life on Earth. We didn't see it.
If you send a probe to Earth from another planet and it hit the South Pole
Right.
during the brink of a horrific winter
Right.
down there when it's tilted completely away from the sun, you'd be like,
You would go back and say, "There's no way there could be life on this
could
fucking
live
planet."
there. The planet, wow, it's freezing cold. You wouldn't want to go there.
We've taken a couple shots with the probes.
Yeah,
How do we even know we hit the right areas?
Might not hit the right
to
spot.
really know exactly what's going on at those planets.
But if they hit the South Pole, they'd find water. That's what we always look for, is the possibility
but maybe
of water.
water's fucking poison for them. Maybe water is horrible for them. It's like, oh, this planet has water.
Oh, boy.
There's no way life could exist there. It's got that water stuff
It'd be
on
like us finding a planet just covered in cum.
it.
That's no good. Let's invade this delicious planet.
Why isn't
Find
anyone
the
living on this
resources
delicious
we
planet?
can use.
Jesus.
Planet Bukkake 2.
Here's the rest of the Bill O'Reilly clip.
Were we just lucky? Some meteor do this?
Probably.
Yeah.
You know, I see this stuff. It's desperate.
Ugh, Bill.
As
Science
we've
is
said many
desperate.
times. It takes more faith to not believe and to think that this was all luck. That all this human body, the intricacies of it and everything else, all luck.
No.
Than it does to believe in a deity. There you go.
Fine.
When
Believe in
you-
Santa Claus, too. How did those presidents get there?
Yeah. Who brought them?
How'd they get under the tree?
How'd they
Who
get
ate
there?
that cookie? Who drank that milk that was on the mantle? Idiot.
When you reverse engineer human beings, evolution, the earth, everything, it seems like, wow, that could not possibly happen. But just the fact that it did happen makes you think that things did fall into place exactly the way they should have. If they didn't, we wouldn't be here to talk about it. How many places missed one fucking thing to make it where life would have formed, and then it's like, oh well, life didn't form there.
Mm-hmm.
And that could have happened to this planet. One thing could have been out of place and not have worked, and this couldn't have happened, but it did, because the law of averages says it has to. In an infinite universe, something has to happen.
And let's say there is a God. Why can't it be that, like, aliens or whatever, another life form came
Yeah.
to Earth and started this fucking life?
That's another.
So you're talking about God, that maybe it wasn't even
Theory.
He didn't even really create us. He created something that created us.
And they were created by something else, and you could backtrack until God isn't even in the picture because it's infinite. I don't have the answers, but
Yeah, I don't have them either.
But
I'm
to
not gonna
listen
sit here and try
to
to
listen
say
to
I
a
do.
pompous motherfucker that's talking like he does have the answers,
Right.
That's so pompous.
That's one way of thinking about it. Sure, and he has that right.
Yeah, he's got a right, but he can't sit and call people of science pinheads, and that it takes more faith to not
It
believe.
doesn't.
It takes faith in science. No, science is tangible. It's something I can that can grow on you, and you learn more about it, and people work with previous scientific findings and advanced science. Religion is this ancient word that you take at face value with nothing but faith, which, again, if that's what you're into,
Sure.
fine, whatever. But don't make science seem like, you're just being stupid. Fuck you.
I wonder if when he's sick, if he has chest pains, whatever, I wonder if he just says a quick prayer.
Just pray.
Or if he relies on science. Like, the odd thing is, this is what bothers me about religious people. They understand science is here to help us, because most of them, when they break their leg, they don't just look up at heaven and go, could ye heal me?
Fix thine leg.
They rely on science. They rely on microbiology and all these things that we all rely on.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to the explanation of their being, science is no good.
No.
It's fucking childish 6-year-old logic. It's annoying.
The greatest thing that just proves the horse shittedness of it all is the dinosaurs being here just a few thousand years ago.
Who listens to that?
That, to me, is just the dumbest thing I've ever heard. The picture of Jesus riding a fucking velociraptor or something.
You can't even talk to those people.
It's just fantastic. How do you talk reasonably to somebody who thinks that 2,000 years ago there were dinosaurs walking around this planet?
You don't.
Why wouldn't there be a mummified dinosaur? Why wouldn't somebody in Egypt have taken a dead dinosaur and mummified it like they did cats, dogs, people, any other fucking animal? Why isn't there dinosaur fossils that are newer?
Because we got stuff from 2,000 years ago.
Exactly.
That's a good point.
How come no cave drawings of dinosaurs?
Right.
There were cave drawings because humans weren't around when there were dinosaurs. So where are the cave drawings of a man hunting a dinosaur? No, these show him hunting mammoth. You see him hunting saber-toothed tigers, bears, other things in cave paintings. Never a dinosaur. See, I'm going to take that. I'm going to take that scientific proof, research, over some idiot like Earl Douglas telling me that fucking dinosaurs were around when 5,000 years ago. No.
How do you explain the woolly mammoth?
The woolly mammoth was an elephant that was chilly, and he was wearing a coat.
Yeah.
They're trying to clone mammoth.
I know.
They found mammoth
How cool would that
frozen
be?
in permafrost, and some of his DNA. Some of the DNA is recoverable. So they're going to take that DNA and use an elephant to run it through its cycle and get it to gestate and actually give birth to a woolly mammoth.
That's good. That's what we should be doing. Just bringing back things that nature dictates should be dead for 90 million years. Just a planet of cunts.
Fucking Jurassic Park shit.
Would it be part elephant, though?
I think they would have to use
I don't understand
an elephant
that at all.
An elephant cell to fertilize the nucleus once they get the DNA from the mammoth. You need some kind of fertilization to go on, so they would use like an elephant cell. But the basic DNA structure would be from the mammoth.
Wow.
So you would get like a woolly mammoth.
God, I want to see that.
That'd be cool as shit.
Absolutely. All right.
I just want to see him doing something, the woolly mammoth, like doing something like cleaning or something, and have to go, no, it's a living. See, because that's what he did on the Flintstones.
Yeah.
Very good.
I saw woolly mammoth. I'd probably be like, "Wait, who bought you that sweater?"
Chib.
Thanks.
Thanks.
The phones are lit. I want to take.
Oh, yeah.
I want to take one because Matty in Rhode Island. He was up all night freaking about life in the universe, and now we're making sense of it.
Oh.
We're making sense
Are
of
we?
it. These are just our dumb thoughts. What's up, Matty?
Hey, sir.
Matty,
You're on the air.
Rhode Island.
Up all night, freaking out about life. You're
You.
on the air.
Is your name Maddie?
Maybe he's
the
having a
phone's a
panic
shot.
attack.
Maybe. All right. We'll go to break. I think the guys. What do you want to do? The Carl Sagan or the Brian Regan?
Which Brian Regan?
He was going to go, with the big yellow.
I think I like
Which
the
one
Carl
you want to
Sagan,
go?
I think.
Let's go Carl Sagan.
Yeah.
Hang on, I gotta get it back.
All right, you're going there. All right.
Carl Sagan.
When we get back, we're going to change gears a little bit. I want to talk about my Islanders for a minute. I'm so embarrassed to be an Islanders fan today. When you thought it couldn't get worse, it got way worse last night, and I'll explain after the break. I'm just fucking embarrassed that I follow this team, and a lot of
you should be.
and a lot of fans agreeing with me today. Just embarrassed. I'll explain. And also, a weatherman had a little slip up.
A faux pas.
It's a great one though. We got that audio.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And also, a little later on in the show, we got Otto from Otto and George coming by.
Dr. Cock.
And we have Ant's embarrassing tape.
I cannot wait
It's
to hear.
it's in my hand today.
I
it's in my hand.
I predict it's not as bad as Ant thinks because Ant's a good singer.
I brought it in, and there will be a preface that goes along with this because I want people to understand that I think more of my life has existed after I recorded this than before. That tells you how old this
Okay.
is. It was recorded, and my brother wrote it. I didn't write it, a motherfucker. But it was recorded in the 80s, and you must take it in the context, please, that it was the 80s. It was the 80s, so it was the influence came from the 80s. I wasn't a fucking seer of what was going to happen in the future of music, and you could play this now and be like, oh, that's that's a song that
that's
Anthony would do. But to have a shock jock and somebody that people know me and to be singing this drivel, this romantic, lovey please love me drivel.
Wow,
it's really embarrassing.
You sound desperate.
Dude, I am going to
That explanation is not going to help
He's
at
so
all.
defensive and no one even heard me.
I know. We haven't even heard.
Note.
I'm pulling my shirt over my face and will not look at you people.
We haven't heard any of this yet.
Will not look at you people. No. All right. Turn it off. Turn it off. Turn it off.
It's all right.
Turn it off. Turn it off before I go. Go. Turn it off now. Now. No. Why is it so tinny? I thought I told you guys to bass it up a little bit.
Something
Gotta have something
slowly.
to amplify.
Did you EQ it?
Yes.
You actually fucking
I EQ'd it. I boosted it like a motherfucker.
boosted the bottom end?
EQ, an extreme queer. That's what you were.
There was nothing there to boost.
Really?
All
Yeah.
right, we'll have the tape.
Something happened slowly, though.
Yes, we'll have the tape a little later.
Shut up.
Slow is good.
Oh, God, I'm so embarrassed.
But I have to say one thing. Twilight was very good.
Oh, you fag.
I'm not enjoying New Moon as much.
God.
I'm halfway through that.
What the fuck?
I
They're
like it.
vampires that sparkle.
I do like it, but not as much.
All right, we'll talk about that after the break too. And also, I forgot Charlie Sheen's 911 call. It's terrific.
Oh, that's good.
So we got lots to do. So why don't we play this first?
I'm not very good at singing songs, but here's a try. If you wish to make an apple pie from scratch, you must first invent the universe. Space is filled with a network of wormholes. You might emerge somewhere else in space, somewhere else in time. The sky calls to us. If we do not destroy ourselves, we will one day venture to the stars. A still more glorious dawn awaits, not a sunrise, but a galaxy rise. A morning filled with 400 billion suns. The rising of the Milky Way. The cosmos is full beyond measure. Elegant truths of exquisite interrelationships of the awesome machinery of nature. I believe our future depends powerfully on how well we understand this cosmos, in which we float like a mote of dust in the morning sky. The brain does much more than just recollect. It compares, it synthesizes, it analyzes, it generates abstractions. The simplest thought, like the concept of the number one, has an elaborate logical underpinning. The brain has its own language for testing the structure and consistency of the world. A still more glorious dawn awaits, not a sunrise, but a galaxy rise. A morning filled with 400 billion suns. The rising of the Milky Way. The sky calls to us. If we do not destroy ourselves, we will one day venture to the stars.
For thousands of years, people have wondered about the universe. Did it stretch out forever, or was there a limit? From the Big Bang to black holes, from dark matter to a possible Big Crunch, our image of the universe today is full of strange sounding ideas.
How lucky we are to live in this time, the first moment in human history when we are, in fact, visiting other worlds. A still more glorious dawn awaits, not a sunrise, but a galaxy rise. A morning filled with 400 billion suns. A rising of the Milky Way. A still more glorious dawn awaits, not a sunrise, but a galaxy rise. A morning filled with 400 billion suns. A rising of the Milky Way. The surface of the Earth is the shore of the cosmic ocean. Recently we've waded a little way up, and the water seems inviting.